Okay, we got 3 lessons here this morning. The first is an economics lesson. The second is a life lesson, and the third is sales training we're doing Bruce Lund today instead of Coach. He's traveling today, okay? The first is the economic lesson. Let me show you this. Every Monday, Tim and I and Dre get a copy of our cost of funds over at Everbank, okay? Now remember, in our world, cost of funds are tied to like-term treasuries. What does that mean, like-term treasuries? It means if we're doing a 4-year deal, it's connected to a 4-year treasury. If we're doing a 5-year deal, it's connected to a 5-year treasury. Treasuries matter. Anyone ever heard this term, a flight to treasuries? Investors will make a flight to treasuries when the economic conditions look bad. Why? Treasuries are incredibly safe. They're backed by the full backing of the U.S. government, okay? You're going to get your money. Even if there isn't money, guess what? They just print more money. You're going to get your money in treasuries. So what happens in treasuries is, as the cost of the treasury goes up, the yield that the treasury pays out goes down. Supply and demand kicks in. They don't need to pay big fat yields when there's a huge demand for the treasury. Does everybody follow me on that? Well, here's a perfect example. A month ago, like-term treasuries on a 60-month note was 1.65. Today it's 0.97. Does everybody understand what that means? It means that the yield is going down because the demand for treasuries is going up. That means there is a flight to treasuries going on. That means people are getting scared. Okay? So if that isn't supportive enough, which for me it is, I go out to the article and I find it right here. Here's the graph. Have I told you that there's been a drop in apps demand? Well, here's the Treasury graph, okay? So Treasuries, roughly July 5th, hit their lowest rate in a year and a half, okay? The job report says that the economy only created 38,000 jobs last month, which is the lowest in 6 years. I know what the hell I'm talking about, okay? I don't need to see these reports or that treasury yield to know what's going on in my business. I feel this business. I've been doing it long enough. I know the heartbeat of this business. I feel it. It's in my DNA. I don't need these reports. So here's the second story for today, the real life story. My son on Saturday says, "Hey Dad, let's go out tubing and wake surfing and all that sort of stuff." I said, "Sure, let's go." So he invites 3 friends, 3 boys, 3 girls, and me, 7 of us on the boat. We load the tubes up, off we go. We're in the slip, I put it in reverse, and this old timer comes walking down the dock. And when I say old timer, I'm like, I want you to picture like crusty old sailor in the dictionary, and that's this guy, right? He's got the shoes, he's got the beer in the koozie, he's got the gray beard, the whole bit. He goes, "Hey, you guys going out?" I go, "Hell yeah, we're going out." He goes, "You see that storm over there?" I said, "Yeah, I seen that storm." He goes, "That storm took 10 minutes to go from Sanger to Denton. It's probably going to take 15 minutes to go from Denton to here." He goes, "You sure you're going out?" I said, "Dude, I got it covered. We're going out, man. We're rocking and rolling. I got a boat full of kids. We're rolling." Seriously, just like this. He goes, "Play it safe, man." Boom, out we go. 5 minutes, we're tubing, we're having a blast, right? Where's Sean?
Right here.
Were you out on Saturday?
No, would you like me to email you a picture of why I wasn't out?
Listen, within 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, within 3 minutes, we went from calm to 50-mile-an-hour winds, like that. So, no big deal, right? We can get back to the slip, except that one of the 2 tubes blew out, right? It blew out, it like died. So now I'm pulling in a tube that doesn't work. It's like pulling in a dead body, right? I get that tube into the boat. The other tube has all the kids on it. I start pulling them into the boat. I get them into the boat only to find out that the rope got caught in the prop. So when I spun the motor, that rope just zipped into that prop and froze it. So now I'm adrift. I got no power in 50-mile-an-hour winds, and I got me and 6 other kids. And we're going that direction. And that direction doesn't look very good because there's probably 20 boats saying, dumb shit, let's get off this lake, because that's right where the ramp was, right? And it was filled with boats, with people backing in their trailers, everybody screaming, get the fuck out of my way, asshole, I'm getting out. And we're heading right to it. So this is where it got real stupid. I said to my son, John, I'm going to jump in, I'm going to try to cut that rope. So I put a life vest in, I jump in 3-4 foot swells, I'm going underneath the boat with a little bitty rope with this much serrated edge on it, and I'm trying to cut that rope off, and I can't do it. And I'm watching us float to problems. I'm back and forth trying to get that, my son's grabbing me, we're trying to get in, he's trying to do it, I'm grabbing him. Finally I give up, I said, let's get in the boat, we're going to hit. And I'm telling you, there was a piece of grace of God in this too, because there were at least 20 boats trying to get off the water. Picture this, if you will, the boat ramp where you drive your trailer down, and then if you were to drive your trailer down, you get off the boat, there's usually a dock right there where you would park your boat, and then you might walk back and then drive your truck up and park it. Everybody follow me on that visual? It's important because that ramp that you would park, the dock that you'd park your boat at was there, but the ramp was underwater. So the metal railing was slightly above the water that you would walk on. Kind of follow me on that? So we had, it looked like this. Here's the ramp where you drop your boat in, and then here's the dock with the walkway. You follow me on that? My boat went right there. Of all the places it could have gone into the 20 boats here, it could have gone into the woods over here, it could have smashed into the corner. My boat floated in 50-mile-an-hour winds adrift right into this little spot right here. Can you imagine that? Now I had a dead tube and I threw it on this side, right? I had an inflated tube which I left inflated and I put it on this side to block us from the rail and the boat. It didn't matter. I mean, my boat just got all scratched and dented. That whole metal rail just ripped the whole side of the boat apart. Then my son had this brilliant idea, which it was, let's jump on this, Dad. Let's pull the boat here, put it on shore, which is what we did, which then I was able to get underneath it, cut that rope off. By that time, the storm had passed. Damage was done. And I almost lost my finger because of it. My finger got caught between this boat and that rail, and it just, and so I literally, my finger's just shredded. Who is talking to you? What old man, old woman is telling you what to do in your life, to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, and you're not even listening to it? I might be that old man. There are other people in this office who are telling you what to do. The question is, are you listening, or are you just too full of yourself or too full of bravado to listen and do something with it? Because it happened to me firsthand. All I had to do was use the two most powerful letters in the English language. No. N-O. No, kids, we're not going out. No, we're going to wait for this storm to pass, but I didn't. We're bigger than Mother Nature, baby. Let's go. This old man doesn't know what he's talking about. I ain't on the ocean. I'm not in Miami. I'm in freaking Lake Grapevine. Let's roll. Okay? It's a really important question. Who's got the gray hair that's talking to you that you're not listening to? What experience could you learn from someone else and put into place in your own life, but you're too full of yourself to listen to it? Okay?